Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Mandatory Social Interaction Show. My name is Ben, joined with my lovely co-host, Tim.
Hello.
And today we actually have Davis from Game Grazers, who is joining us and just hanging out for the entirety of this show. And
Hi, Davis.
yep,
Hello.
I kind of petered out on my intro. I'm super bad at that stuff.
You,
Hey,
you
but
have to get the rhythm.
I do.
You just got to know, and it's like because I think for us, like after like 200 plus videos now, it's sort of like, hi, I'm Davis, I'm Andy, we're the Game Grazers. Slowly turning our way through.
I need a jingle. That's what I'm missing.
Seriously, like I'm actually amazed that in the entire time I've been recording my show, only once have I ended an episode with saying next time on Game Grumps.
Nice.
Tim, your doors are terrible down here. There's a skeleton in our basement.
Oh,
You need more lights.
Oh, okay.
door works fine.
See, you know more
It's-
about this than I do already. Well, there is a skeleton over here. I'll just make
So-
another door.
We are playing some Minecraft. Davis is joining us for this part, and then our next episode he'll be joining us, but he will be doing some video editing because he is super important YouTuber man and
Yeah.
Yes.
makes us feel bad about ourselves.
I wouldn't.
I don't think I was that
Because
important.
well, this show we do zero editing for, so
The best way to do a show.
yep, we just do an hour of meandering conversation through the wonderful mind of Tim, Ben, and this time
And
Davis.
and guest to be determined later.
Exactly. And we really appreciate you joining us because
Yeah.
we've been one of our goals for doing this show was to bring in and interconnect with other YouTubers, and you are the first, hopefully of many. But I hope that you enjoy yourself enough that you'll want to join us again at some point.
I certainly hope so.
And maybe the other half of the Game Grazers will
Yes,
come along
Andy.
as well. Yes. So he couldn't join us this episode, but maybe in a future episode he can if
Yeah, definitely.
he is
Because
inclined to.
he comes over to my house to record, and his audio setup at home is not
Oh,
fantastic. So he could join you, but it would be like, hi, I'm Andy, how's it going?
Well, they,
Also, if you want to keep at least a PG-13 rating, he's not someone you have on your show.
Oh, I'm not.
We don't really focus too much on that. we have the occasional curse bout, so it's no big deal.
Occasional
it's not
nip
a
slip.
big deal. Yeah, exactly. It's like we're not too concerned about ratings on this.
No.
No, I mean, obviously, I'm not concerned about ratings on my show. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the, as I like to affectionately call them, swear salads from when I was playing Super Meat Boy.
Oh boy,
Oh my gosh, Super Meat Boy is a rough game too.
it's so fun though.
It is. It's a
It's
fun
super
game.
fun.
I'm so bad at platformers, and platformers are like the bane of my existence. So
I love platformers. They're my favorite.
they're very fun. I tend to drift towards simulation games and roguelikes myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh wow, I found a. Oh, I think I just opened back up into the tunnel that I was just in. Oh boy,
I found a creeper.
I'm getting zombied. There we go.
Yeah, and
Well, creepers are not your friends.
Yes.
don't feel too bad
Don't forget
about
it.
dying a bunch in this game too.
No,
like our first episode, I think we both
Oh,
died like
God.
6 times.
Oh, in the span of like 10 minutes, we had died just so many times.
It was pretty sad.
It was.
I don't even
it
know
was
where you
really
guys
bad.
are. I'm just looking for you. You kind of went meandering.
I wandered off. I'm gonna
Oh,
come
yeah,
back
sorry.
up towards there. I went. Yeah, we're so used to like
Just
our
doing our
tunnels,
own
we
thing.
forget that nobody else knows our tunnels like us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
gotta
think I
figure out where the
barely
hell
know
I
my
am.
tunnels.
I
I
don't
got
even know where
lost
I'm
right
at.
away.
Oh Ben, we've only spent what like 3 hours in these tunnels now.
Yeah.
These are some nice tunnels down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'll go
I'm
this way.
searching for just diamonds and other random crap. I found a spawner up here, and I was gonna try to make it my quest to block it, but I'm pretty scared of this area right now.
I see someone's name floating
Yep,
around.
I see it too. I'm trying to get to you. What are you guys' thoughts on mobile games?
Just in
Um,
general.
Yeah, just I mean, there's been, I would almost call it a bit of a, I don't know, not a renaissance, but like a, I don't know, a positive upswing in the quality of mobile games. Hey, Davis,
Hello.
found you. All right, so I'm kind of wandering around here. Have a pickaxe.
Oh,
Boop.
yay.
I could have sworn there was a spawner over here. I must have just gotten dementia when I was at the
We
end
had
of
like
the
3
last stream.
spawners, so
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know where it was.
Yeah.
So what I can say about mobile games is right now I'm getting far more exercise than I used to because I go out hunting for Pokemon every day.
So you like Pokemon Go?
I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. And I had a couple of my friends that I are always on my stream. And that's a few British guys, Devious Furball, and oh god, that's a zombie. And my buddy Nathan and Jenks. They don't like Pokemon Go at all, and they're like, it's such a lazy they're like, it's lazy and it's a money grab and all this stuff, and I was just like, it gets people out and gets people to do stuff.
Yeah, like
And it's amazing.
I love the
to me.
thing that's where it's like people are like, Nintendo did more for childhood obesity in 48 hours than Michelle Obama did in 8 years.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep, I love that quote. And in all honesty, I don't know if it's if it's false.
No, it's not.
That's just it. Because I went to the park with my wife, and there was like 40 people there, and they all had their cell phones out, and they were playing Pokemon Go, and it's like, I don't think that park has ever seen that many people, much less people my age and younger
Yeah.
at any given time. It was incredible to see. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a fantastic concept, and it's a fun little game, and it has the nostalgia factor because it's got the old classic red, blue, yellow Pokemon.
Team Mystic.
Oh, you're Mystic? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, we can't
I'm
talk
Valor.
now.
Team
Uh,
Valor.
I haven't actually played it, so that's that's a strike against me, I guess. But it's mostly just because I don't. Oh, geez, that's a long fall. I don't have like the time, but that's not really true either. I do. I don't know. I like Pokemon like as a concept.
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, there's my wife.
My work is a Pokestop.
Your work is a Pokestop? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pokestop.
That's
Yeah.
not fair. I would just sit there.
Pokeballs for free.
For
I would
Pokeballs
just-
for free, huh?
Yeah, because I would just sit there and spin the dang thing all day.
Hey, cool, we're outside.
Hey, we made it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I've heard people getting in trouble at work for playing Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Instead of working, yeah. There's like a
I-
Reddit post or something where maybe
Oh,
not
there's
even
a
a
house.
Reddit post.
It's interesting. My boss doesn't well, where I work, they don't really care as long as you get stuff done.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I can do. I mean, I've got they're pretty lax on me because I get a lot done. So I get away with murder more or less.
That's
so
the spirit.
It's pretty good. I mean, so I guess it just depends on your workplace and your boss specifically. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
dependent on a lot of stuff. But hey, we found our way back. Yay! We're
Yeah, I
back
mean,
up
like,
top.
It's kind of funny because like, I'm very much known as a gaming person at my office. In fact, like usually I kind of put together a video game night like once a year where we just like go to
Oh,
our
that's cool.
auditorium, set up a bunch of consoles, we put out board games and all sorts of neato crazy things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a good
so
idea.
like the director's like administrative assistant like came to me the day and she was like, Davis, I saw you out for a walk yesterday. I think I know what you're doing. Are you playing Pokemon Go? I'm like, yes. Okay, I know nothing about Pokemon and I'm playing this game. You need to help me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's brought a lot of people into that style of game, and just like, it's a very good blend of AR and like game, and actually like it's accessible enough for people to just get into it without knowing a lot about like the language of gaming.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's great because it encourages people who used to think Pokemon was a kid's thing or a fad to actually give it a go, and they actually enjoy it. And no pun intended there, but they're actually enjoying it. And you know, in my opinion, the more people you have involved with Pokemon, the better it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
that's
like
the way I
Voltron. The
see
more
it.
you hook up, the better.
Exactly. And it's really interesting because there's just a lot of people who you can tell the people who don't have smartphones or who don't use their smartphone for anything other than phone calls and text messages, because they're the ones that watch the news and are like, I heard a kid got robbed because
Yeah.
he was playing it. And it's like, well, people are gonna abuse systems no matter what the system. End of story. And they're like, well, in other video games you don't get robbed. I'm like, yeah, they just hack you and steal your data. And you know, I mean, it's you know, six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You
Yeah.
can't. it drives me nuts because I actually had someone argue with me today about it. They were like, "Oh well, people are getting hit by cars going in the street." I'm like, "Why are they going in the street? The radius on your walk thing is huge." Like I could be on the other side of the interstate and still reach the other side of the interstate from there. It's a huge radius. It's not a small radius. So
Well, I think it was like because it wasn't like there was an Australian like sheriff's department was like, you don't have to come and pie inside the police station to get your Pokemon.
yes. And apparently people were going into the police station, which not necessarily a bad thing, but they can't be wandering around. But
Yeah.
what I don't understand is people don't realize is that when you're playing the game, you're not just wandering aimlessly. It's a GPS. It's a map of where you are.
And where
Yeah.
you
So
should go. Yeah.
you can easily see where you're at. It's not like you're gonna like start wandering off into random places. It's so
Yes,
dumb.
it's not like you have VR goggles on. It's a completely
Right.
different world
It's
you're
a
walking
cell phone.
around in.
It's like people were complaining, not right before the game came out about people paying too much attention to their cell phones for texting
Yeah.
or Facebooking or whatever. Now they're just finding a new scapegoat for it, and it drives me crazy. Pardon my rant, but
Oh.
man,
Yeah.
it's all that stuff has been driving me nuts lately. It's just been like, if you would try the game out, you would know. Like if news outlets would take 6 seconds and just try the game out, they would have no complaints about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some issues with the game. I'll give it that. It's not perfect. No game is, but it's not a bad game. It's just simple, and that's the whole thing. Is it's supposed to be simple. I mean, prove it's a success. Nintendo's stocks went up $9 billion.
Yeah,
like
when it
they-
came out?
25% increase.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
a huge increase. It's like,
Yeah.
why didn't I buy any? But
Right.
I'm not
and-
much of a stock person anyway.
No, me either. But it's crazy, and they like jumped up to more active users than what Facebook,
Facebook
Snapchat,
and Twitter, yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
like combined or something like that in the first 48 hours, which is absurd.
By the way, I'm expanding the house over here.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
You need,
we
you
won't
need
we
more,
won't
like-
complain about that.
No, I'm more of a builder than an explorer. So
Oh,
That's
that's
fine. We
Yeah.
got plenty of materials.
Yeah, let me know if
need
you
anything, let me know.
need any more materials. I'm down here trying to collect some diamonds.
well,
Yeah.
what you need is trees. There we go. Never mind. I found trees.
Okay.
I found trees by
I'm,
the way.
I'm quite the digger, so you name it, I'll go hunt it down.
And I'm happy with sandstone at the moment.
And another good thing about just Pokemon is it really shows how powerful gamification can be if it's used for good.
Yes.
Like exercise, like you were
Oh, right,
saying
the
before,
sparring,
just getting people to go out and exercise is really huge and really difficult. But
oh yeah.
having
You
that,
want to hatch your Pokemon? Go walk 5 kilometers.
yeah,
It's awesome. That's so cool. That is such a cool idea. And if you drive in a car, it doesn't always count because you're moving too fast.
yeah.
So it's cool because it's like, no, you need to walk, or you need to skateboard, or bike, or run, or something.
So it's based on distance traveled. There isn't like a pedometer or anything in that then.
Yeah,
No,
it's based on
off
the
of
GPS.
Oh, nice,
but
nice.
It's based off of your speed. So if you're going over, I
Like
think
20
on
miles
this,
or 15 miles
no,
an
I
hour or
think
something.
I think it's faster than a skateboarder can go, or something like that. Then
I can go
it
pretty
doesn't count.
fast now.
But like just like a
Yeah.
leisurely skateboard,
Yeah, I know.
Trip. I don't know where I am. I'm lost.
I am super lost.
But it's very cool, and I'm very excited to see that take off. I've been playing Fallout Shelter again too. I picked that back up.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I
They had-
heard pretty good things about that one too. Oh,
Yeah, and
skeleton.
they've added a lot of cool stuff. They really updated it, which it was something that in my opinion, it needed. They added like questing, so you can send out parties, and then you do the little you explore like a ruin or something like that. They added some new pay for things like ways
Yeah.
to speed stuff up. So you can buy this Nuka-Cola Quantum, but you can also get the Nuka-Cola Quantum through gameplay.
Okay.
So it's like it's a trade-off. Like you can find the Nuka-Cola Quantum, use that to speed stuff up, and it takes less time. So they added pets, which is
Oh,
pretty
wow.
cool. So pets,
Sold.
you assign pets to specific your settlers or whatever they are, your vault dwellers, and they give buffs. Like I have a cat named Muffins or something like that. Murphy. I don't know.
That's my last name.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so it's something like that, and it gives 60% health bonus to the person it's assigned to.
Oh, nice.
There's also a dog that I have that increases your return speed from missions, because it's usually if you send someone out into the wasteland for say 2 hours, it takes them 1 hour to return. Well, he speeds that up by 4 times.
Oh boy,
So it would
gonna
take
die.
a quarter of an hour instead of a full hour to return. That sort of thing.
I'm poisoned somehow. There's a lot of stuff down there. I don't recommend going down there.
I will defend you.
There's a witch or something down there. Something I've never
Yeah,
seen
if
before.
if you've been poisoned, it's probably a witch. It is a witch. I'm gonna go kill her.
Okay, good
Kill
luck.
the witch.
I shouldn't have healed because
Burn her!
don't you
Burn
just
the
stay? Don't you
witches.
just keep losing health until you're down to like half a heart or something?
Yeah, we're playing on easy, I think, so you should be okay.
We'll find out.
With what do you burn? Witches.
Yeah,
More
Witches.
Nope, still poisoned. Shouldn't have done that.
No, I was like, what the hell's going on? Something's next to me. It's just one of you guys. I'm not sure who.
Yeah, Ben. Hi.
Hi, Ben.
What happened?
Oh, I was still poisoned, so I was getting
Oh.
the damage sound.
Oh.
I was like, I'm under attack.
Flee! Flee!
Run away!
Sweet. Jesus. I'm so
Pashinamush.
scared. Pashinamush.
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
My wife won't watch it with me.
Do you quote it the whole time?
I quote it the whole
I
time.
do that too.
Yeah, no, it's like I think I told her that earlier. It's like, okay, the woman, we're never watching that movie. And then one time she was watching it, and I was like in the other room, and I started quoting along.
Start shouting
She's like,
about.
I can hear you. Though my favorite story is that very early on we're dating, we're flipping through channels, and Star Wars is on New Hope, a classic.
Mhm.
Great
And I
film.
quote along with it for a while, and she's like, okay, would you please stop quoting the movie? And I'm like, okay, fine. And then, like, I'm quiet for, 5 minutes or so. And then I start quoting along with Chewbacca.
The
with
cadence
perfect
and
tone
everything.
Nice.
with cadence and everything. And she's like, I tell you to stop quoting the movie, and you start quoting the Wookiee.
That's awesome. Well done. Oh man. So tell us a little bit about your channel.
The Game Grazers, it's we're a very standard, 2-guy show, very much. My main inspiration for starting was mostly Game Grumps and Super Beard Bros.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, as with any show, what ultimately makes the show fun and engaging is who the hosts are and the personalities that we have. So my kind of personality that I kind of bring is I tell stories, I get kind of ranty and say funny things, and have apparently swear salads of all sorts of things when I'm playing Super Meat Boy. But my co-host has a mind that is definitely somewhere between R and NC-17, more leaning towards NC-17. Like, for example, I'm playing Super Meat Boy, and we're going through the salt factory, and there's a part where missiles start attacking, and he's like, it's like, oh my god, meat rockets. He's like, well, mine's a minute, man.
Nice.
And if you're doing anal, it's an ICBM.
Oh
God.
jeez.
And I lost it at that point.
I'm gonna have to start beeping this one.
So that's the kind of show we have. It is definitely both not safe for work and definitely not for children.
Well, that's cool, though.
The beauty of having headphones at work is not safe for work. Doesn't really matter when it's just voice
It's
based.
just audio,
so-
yeah.
exactly,
It's just
yeah.
audio, so you don't
Look,
want
you
that
have more
blaring
room.
over your speakers, but
You got more room over here now.
Nice.
oh well, thank you.
I
You're welcome.
Very nice.
I dumped more diamonds in the chest over here. If people are
Where are you
interested.
finding diamonds?
Down way deep in the earth, where you
Going
are
down,
afraid
down,
to go.
down in a burning ring of diamonds.
Oh man. Well, I've had the pleasure of watching some of your stuff, Davis, and
Uh-huh.
I really enjoy it. I think it's
Thank
very
you.
good. You guys are a lot of fun to listen to, and you guys have really good chemistry, and that's always a plus. And believe it or not, can be hard to find in YouTube
Oh yeah,
channels. So it's
What's hard to find?
it's,
chemistry.
good chemistry.
Ah,
Yeah, because I listen to a lot of YouTube channels when I get a chance. I'll look at the recommended, and I usually look for the smaller YouTubers to get kind of a barometer of overall like YouTube stands in terms of the average YouTuber,
Uh-huh.
and the ones that always seem to rise to the top are either extremely juvenile humor, a la PewDiePie, and what is that new guy that's like outrageously popular, Jacksepticeye or whatever.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it, so I'm not saying anything negative, but it appeals to a very specific audience, and that's fine. Or it's either juvenile humor that appeals to kids, middle school mainly, early high school, and the high schoolers that don't want to admit it, and the more adult-oriented humor that kind of appeals to
Sophisticates
20
like us.
Yeah, the 20 to 40 range,
Yeah.
college on through salaryman type age range, right? And the big ones that I found in that field that I personally watch, aside from the Game Grumps, because the Game Grumps are awesome,
Yeah.
but I don't watch a lot of them, to be fair. I really don't. I usually stick with Funhouse and Achievement Hunters myself, but that's just my preference. But the Game Grumps are definitely a big one, like JonTron, that sort
I
of
love
stuff.
JonTron,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love JonTron, and that sort of stuff is. Oh my gosh, I'm getting mauled by an angry skeleton. Okay, I killed it. So I think you guys fall into that category of more adult oriented humor, and it works really well for you guys. So I want to commend you on that. I think it's very fun. Your streams are also very fun to watch, Davis. I watched a
Oh,
couple
thank
of
you.
your streams at work today, because I get bored sometimes mentally. Not bored with my job, but like I have to have audio on to keep my brain engaged sometimes,
Yeah.
like doing
Mhm.
repetitive tasks and things. So I put it on and I was listening away, and you fell into a playlist with my Funhouse guys. So there you have it. It
Nice.
did a recommended, and I mean it's based on your view history. I viewed a few of your things, but the fact that it put it alongside of that and wasn't like, hey, you'd like PewDiePie, I kind of knew,
Yeah.
I knew where it stood. So yeah, so I just wanted to give you some positive feedback in that
thank you. I
regard.
appreciate
So
it.
yeah, there's not enough of that goes around in the YouTube community sometimes, I think. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I honestly haven't seen a ton. I think I first saw your Mighty Number 9 review, which was smart, and it wasn't scathing in the way that a lot of YouTube kind of went nuts over Mighty Number 9. Like
Yes.
it had some good points to mention, but the game itself was kind of hot trash in a lot of different ways. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I found it to be a very good way of reviewing games, like just having a very honest and open like just opinion on it, and not just going like, butts, this is shit, it's like,
yeah,
Fucking butts.
yeah.
which a lot of people just trashed it because of the Kickstarter and because of that whole mess, rather than judging the game based on its merits.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do. Like, because that show in particular, I wish I did it a little more often, but sometimes I'm caught up in other editing. But that show that I do is called Quick Bites. I mean, I originally kind of meant to do it like more like the traditional one man let's play, where it's sort of like, but I kind of give it a review while I do it. Like, but I found it difficult to sort of like get my opinion out at the same time as playing the game.
Oh,
Right.
And
I
I
can
felt the show
imagine.
was suffering for it. So I decided to go for a scripted where like I'd play the game for I play the game for a little bit. So first impression, like I'll play it for usually about 20 to 45 minutes or so. 30 tends to be the average.
Hmm.
And I give the review based on that. And I always try to judge a game based upon what I experience in that time frame. And even though I backed Mighty Number 9, I gave them $40 for the soundtrack tier, I think. And when I got it, I played it under the intent of what the game was meant to be. I tried to completely disassociate it from Kickstarter, from the delays, from all the drama that surrounded it, because I determined that being crazy, fun, antic guy like PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye doesn't work for me. I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
Being myself. Who am I? I'm thorough and analytical.
Mhm.
So let's look at the game, break it down into components. Where's the good game design? Where's the bad game design? And let that shine through. And I have a scale that judges it not based upon oh, how good or bad I think the game is. It's like, no, the scale that I give, the grazing scale as we call it, is about how much more I think I'm going to play that game.
That's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, because it's a first person. Like, so, and I'll be honest, like I played the Doom demo, for example, and I was like, and I gave that my 3 out of 5 scale, 3 out of 5, which is that's chew. The grazing scale is trash, nibble, chew, devour, and gourmandize. Um,
Nice.
welcome to your new stock room I'm building.
I like
By the way.
that. I like how you're like completely revolutionizing our setup. It's
Yeah,
like,
our
wow,
hovel.
We just kind of like dug into some dirt and we're like,
Yeah.
we're going to live here now. And
Yeah.
you're like,
We're going
this
to live in the
is
dirt.
Shit.
Yeah.
We've got 3 beds. That's all we need here.
That's all we
So-
need.
So what was I saying? I'm sorry.
You're talking about your scale.
Yeah, your scale.
Yeah, so the grazing scale. So like I played Doom and I said that I would chew on that because I don't play first person shooters. That's not my thing. But I'm like, but if you like first person shooters, you would probably devour or gourmandize this game.
Oh yeah, I definitely did.
I'm the kind of person, like, no matter what it is, like, not to bring up other touchy subjects, but like, religion and politics, I always try to view things from both sides. I try to look at things like, I don't like first person shooters. I know that. But I can judge the merits of a first person shooter based upon, if I really enjoyed it, man, people who love this series, like love this genre, will probably really love it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell them that,
and-
hey, you should check this out.
Let me tell you right now, Davis, that is what earns you, at least from my perspective, respect in game reviews, because that's a problem that has been around for a very long time, where people who hate a certain genre or style of game will just pan the game. And they don't give it an analytical or an objective review, and that's part of the problem that's been plaguing review sites, like the big ones, the big game review sites, for a very long time. Outside of the whole bot reviews, shenanigans that you can see, pretty clearly in certain sites, IGN. But overall, it's that's the sort of thing that I think. YouTube and Let's Play community and Twitch streaming community really bring to the table that that was sorely lacking from games journalism in general. So in game reviews in general. So I really appreciate that view, because that's the view I want to take when I start doing my review stuff, because you said that you tried to do your game reviews kind of live, like while you were playing it.
Yeah.
And you said that didn't work for you, and that's actually what I'm aiming to do with a live stream show that I plan on doing. So it's going to be a challenge, and I don't know if I can do it, but it is a plan of mine to try to give that a go, and I hope I can take the same tack you do and stay objective and analytical in my reviews. So I respect that a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, and Davis, it's really interesting how you set up your scoring system too, because Tim and I have actually talked quite a bit about how he just wants to manage how he scores like his reviews, and your system like has kind of a number system, but not really. Like it's more based on recommendation rather than
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's really the way that people should manage that kind of stuff, where it's like, I recommend this game or I don't recommend this game. It's not like, oh, this is a 6 out of 10, because there's really, and Tim, we've talked about this before, so it's not.
I don't know if we've really gone into it on the show though, in terms of talking about review scales and how a number system is just so arbitrary and so meaningless for the most part, because it doesn't apply to anything. I mean, you have no point of reference unless you follow that person specifically for their reviews all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then all you can do is compare it against other reviews that they've made.
Right, and the issue then comes in for the bigger publications like IGN or GameSpot, where you have 0 point of reference, because it's a different person every time reviewing these different games, because they have huge staff. So it's very interesting to look at, because it's something I've always been fascinated with, and game reviews is something I've always wanted to do. I mean, since I started gaming, pretty much. I mean, when I first booted up a PlayStation and then got my first oh man, what is the GameStop one magazine that they give you? The
Game Informer.
yeah, when I got my first Game Informer, that's what sold me on wanting to do game reviews. I mean, that sort of thing. I was like, I want to be in this industry so bad, and I mean, it didn't quite pan out the way that I was hoping it would, but I'm involved in the sense that I'm part of the greater community, and I'm contributing by creating content around gaming. And
Yeah.
I think that's the view that I take, and it definitely makes me feel like I'm accomplishing my end goal. And anyways, back on track. Just reviews is something. I'm
We have a
sorry.
track?
No, there's never been a track. This train has no track.
It derailed a long time ago.
It derailed about 3 episodes ago. But I've always wanted to do reviews, and so it's been a really fascinating subject to me to kind of look at how really dig in and look at how review systems are handled and scored, and why they do it the way they do it, and how effective they are. I mean, they're so useless to me overall because of Call of Duty always getting a 10 out of 10, even though it's not. I mean, simply put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no.
that sort of thing is ridiculous, and I need to get off my soapbox before I really get going on a rant.
That's the whole point of this.
Well, but I don't want to overshadow. We bring Davis on as a guest, and I'm sitting here talking the whole time.
Oh, don't worry. Someone was like, "You play Call of Duty?" I'm like, "No, there are no fish in my house. I don't do COD."
And on the subject of Call of Duty, I mean, personally, don't mind it so much. I just feel like it's recycled trash overall.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game, but it's also not innovative, and therefore is boring.
Mm-hmm.
Story. They don't do anything to bring flavor to the franchise. They don't do anything mechanically. I mean, they were like, we added jet boosters. Well, Titanfall did that about a year ago. Good job,
We added
guys.
dogs.
We added mocap dogs.
Wow, it looks nice in here
Like,
now.
I remember when they had the Xbox One announcement, and they're like, and someone pulled it apart, and it was just like TV, TV, TV,
Oh,
TV,
yep,
TV,
yep.
TV.
I love that video, by the way.
TV, TV, games,
Sports,
TV, TV, TV,
sports,
sports, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. I'm
And
like, this sounds like nothing I want out of a game console.
hearing all the times they said Call of Duty, though, it started to run together and not make a sensible word. Like, it was just like Call of Duty,
Hey,
Call of Duty,
oh.
Call of Duty. What is a Call of Duty? Like, what? You're slurring at this point. You're making zero sense. That was a powerful video, just to show how poorly that press conference was designed and set up.
Yeah.
Microsoft really dropped the ball, and they're still catching up from it.
Yeah,
they
they
screwed
are.
up so badly, and I really honestly I feel for their console division, because it was their marketing team that really screwed it up. It was
Yeah.
not like the console's not bad. Consoles in general aren't that bad. They just missed the mark pretty hard.
Yeah.
Fortunate. Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Call of
Call of Duty. Oh look, it's Nancy Television. Oh man, did you see the Matt Lees video where he did the abridged conferences from that E3? It was like E3 like 2014 or 2013 or something like that. And oh man, he just tore it apart, because like Phil Spencer comes on and he has a watch on each hand, and Matt Lees is just like, I always wear 2 watches so I never forget when to eat breakfast, and just
What?
stuff like that. Yeah, because
The
like
fuck?
yeah, and it was just so funny, and Matt Lees just destroyed him. And I don't necessarily agree with Matt Lees, because he said some really like really kind of dumb things recently. And I think we got into that on there's a Discord chat that we hang out in, and
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I
That's
jumped in
fine.
front of you. And
I got enough obsidian to make a portal, so I'm trying
nice.
to figure out a place to
gonna
do
make
that.
a room. But we kind of talked about it a little bit in that chat, and like some people were like, well, the way I see it is he's speaking out against like stagnation in the industry, and the way I saw it was that he was coming across a little bit as, well, we got to have a holier than thou stance, and we have to make sure that we rise above the limits we've set for our medium. And while that stuff sounds all nice and good, trade shows aren't the problem, and he made a point to go on about how E3 was just fluff and useless and blah blah blah. But trade shows have their purpose, and they always have, and they always will. And trade shows are important, you know, whether you choose to admit it or not, because they are what. If they didn't have trade shows, they would have standalone press conferences, and they wouldn't have near the gaming media there that they do at the trade shows. The trade shows bring all the gaming media together specifically to build hype for things. And yeah, some people hate the hype train, but I think overall the trade shows help target an audience around something before it comes out. And I'm not going to agree with the hype train, 3 years out, because they do that way too often. But like the Fallout hype train that they did, where they announced it like 4 months out from release for Fallout 4, I was like, that's the way to do it. You announce it in a huge way, you make everybody wet themselves in excitement, and you deliver a really good product just 3 months later, and you make huge sales, and they set all sorts of records when that came out.
Well, and you can't sustain hype for 3 years either, and that's like
right.
the other
and that's
part of marketing.
No Man's Sky, frickin' No Man's Sky all day. They've been hyping that crap for ages, and that.
Well, kind of, to bring it back to my complete fanboyism for Nintendo, like, I mean, I will give Nintendo credit. Even though it was what they said, oh yeah, Christmas 2014, new Zelda, woo, and they were exceedingly hush hush about it the entire time. Right. And it wasn't until now they're like, okay, now you can start the Zelda hype train.
Right. Now, and doesn't it come out this year?
No, it comes out next year.
Early though, like
it's supposed to come March, I think. It's supposed to launch alongside the NX.
So first quarter. That's not bad though. I think that's less than a year.
Don't start the hype train unless you're less than a year out. The only game that I will even begin to allow to start its hype train 3 years early is Smash Brothers, because that fucking hype train is amazing.
Yeah, and well, the thing with Smash Brothers is because the community is so rabid around Smash Brothers, and I use rabid because they are nuts about Smash Brothers. They keep the hype train going no matter how far out it is.
Yeah,
they eat up every morsel of hint as to what's coming. If somebody says, I hear that there's going to be Rob and his evil twin Bob in the next game, that shit hits the cycle hard, and they do not let that die until the game is out. And then they're like, we want to see Bob, where's Bob? It's crazy. They're just nuts, and I love it. They're the most die-hard fan base.
And the fan quiz they had this time, or not the quiz, but the poll to here, suggest characters for us. I mean, I voted in that shit.
Yeah.
Hashtag Shantae for Smash.
Oh my god, Shantae all day. I love Way Forward. Oh my god,
I love
Way Forward.
We have been playing Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on our show.
I saw that, but I want to play it myself, so I don't want any spoilers. I've been avoiding all the streams and stuff.
Okay.
I adore Way Forward. I love their art, and I love Shantae as a character. I love all the characters, like Risky Boots and
Roddy Tops.
Roddy Tops. They're just wonderful characters, and they're cute and fun, and they're not hypersexual or anything, but they're sexy, like that, because she's a belly dancer, so she's gonna wear the midriff showing, and she's gonna move her hips a lot and all that stuff. But it's lovely, the way that they've done it. They've not fed into the weird pornographic side of things, but they don't discourage it either. They just let people enjoy it the way they want to enjoy it, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of weird. I backed back to Kickstarter. I backed Shantae Half Genie Hero before I had ever played any Shantae games at all. I'd only seen trailers for them, and I backed that solely on the premise that DuckTales Remastered was amazing.
Yes, and that's why I like Way Forward so much, is because I don't think they've ever delivered a dud. They know what they're good at, and they seem to do a really damn good job of delivering on what they promise.
Yeah.
And it's rare. It's super rare in this industry. It's astonishingly rare. I mean, look at Mighty Number 9. It's we got all the original developers and the original sound guy and all that stuff for Mega Man, but, we're gonna just drop the ball here. And it's amazing that you have to have a track record a mile long proving that you're reliable to be able to like really like get people excited when they hear your studio's name. And
Yeah.
Way Forward's one of those. Like I wanna meet some of their developers and stuff and just be like, you guys actually do a good job. So good job, you know.
So fun fact. One of their illustrators, I believe she worked on Pirate's Curse, and she is currently working on Half Genie Hero. She was in my, or she was or is in my free company in Final Fantasy 14.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's really cool. So
if
do
she
you
wasn't so
play-
busy working on the game, I'd be like, I asked her at one point to like do for my thumbnails, do like me and Andy as Shantae characters. I was going to be Shantae who's Risky Boots. I was like,
that
still
would
keep
be
them female, but give them
freaking
our
funny.
faces.
That would be super funny.
And I just never heard back from her on that. So that I thought it would have been awesome to have thumbnails with Shantae artwork done by an official Shantae artist. I thought
Yeah,
that would have been really cool.
that would be super cool. It's hard to get artists sometimes though, because they are usually if they're as good as she is, they're usually slammed.
Yeah.
Backed up with commissions and
Yeah.
game projects and stuff. But that would have been wicked cool. But you play Final Fantasy 14?
I did. I will like to talk to you about that, but I got to go say goodnight to my wife, so I'll probably be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
No worries.
So sorry to cut out on you, but I'll be right back.
Don't
No,
worry about
it's
it.
fine. We'll see you in a few minutes.
I don't think we have flint up here, do we?
I have one piece of flint. Do you need it?
Well, I can't remember if I set up the portal in the right size.
Gotcha.
So we need to make a fire starter.
Flint and steel?
The
Yeah.
twisted fire starter.
Actually, I think you can make it of any size now, and it'll work as long as it's big enough to fit a person.
Oh, well.
I
cool.
think. I
Who knows?
could be wrong, but yeah, let's give it a go. I'll come up and I'll make a flint and steel real quick.
Cool.
We'll give that a test. So how was work, man?
It's been all right. Wednesdays are my work from home days, so I'm able to kind of
nice.
chill out a little bit more. But yeah,
Lucky
it's
duck. I wish I could work from home.
yeah, I'm lucky in that way. It's still busy. Right now we're kind
Yep.
of
It's good.
oh cool. We're kind of in a slow period between getting oh nice, looks all right. Just getting things going. Like we're a larger company, so things take a while. Projects take a while to get off the ground, and
Yeah, you got to get that momentum. That's always
So-
a challenge.
so right now we're kind of in a limbo period. So it's good that I'm able to get some things done, but it's a lot of waiting. And right now
Yeah.
I'm just dealing with a install issue, which is really frustrating. Not an
Can
install
imagine.
issue, but just a programming issue.
Oh yeah.
So whoops.
Well, I saw you were doing your 2-hour track Wednesday today.
Yep, 2-hour track challenge.
Your 2-hour track challenge, and you haven't failed yet, have you?
It depends on how you define failure.
Well, like not produce something or
Oh,
scrapped
yeah.
it because you thought it wasn't up to snuff.
Yes, in that case, no, I haven't failed.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you may not absolutely love the result, but it's a 2-hour track. You gotta
Yeah.
do your best, right? So,
Yeah, exactly. And in the very least, like in the end, I have something that's completed. Like there are definitely times where I run out of time, or it's just like, oh, I'm 2 minutes over. But honestly, I don't care.
right.
It's like it's a song, and I made it, and it's cool. So if it's 2 minutes over, or if it's 5 minutes over, or something, I'd rather make a finished track rather than something that's like half finished, because all of those go to my patrons, and I don't want to
Right.
f them over.
Hey,
Oops.
I'm fine with it. The one you made today sounded really, really good. So
Oh, thank you.
I was very happy. I'm gonna try to make as much of those as I can.
Oh, yeah.
So because you actually picked up quite a bit. About an hour in, you had like 11 or 12 people watching.
I was very
That's pretty cool.
surprised. I also just realized that I'm not playing music in the background of my recording,
Ruh-roh.
which is
I never do. So
yeah.
I try to keep it podcasty, I guess, and at least from my angle. I mean, I'm not saying yours is wrong. It's just because I don't do the podcast anymore. It's on permanent hiatus as of now, as of right now. But
Bye,
which is sad day.
R.I.P. Ben.
Rip in peace. But this is my podcast, and
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, I love doing this. This is a great outlet. It's a great way to talk. I just wish that I could like carry some of my ideas from this. Like, I always forget them and I never write them down because I'm lazy. Because if I write them down, I have to stop and my progress in game stops. But I really, really wish that some of these things I could carry over and do. Like, I want to do like a vlog type thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like Twitch streamers and stuff don't do those because they usually just stick on Twitch, play Twitch for a few hours, and then they're done. And that's
Yeah.
kind of their connection. But I want to do vlogs because I don't always get to talk about like the topics I want to talk about on my stream.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they're just topics that I want to like, oh god, I fucked up. Run.
What did you
Get
do?
through the thing.
Oh my god.
I killed one. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, you
Well.
hit me. I'm fucked. I'm so boned. I did this.
Oh yeah,
This
there's
is
guys
my
that
bad.
yeah, they followed me through.
Killed him. I'm sorry. I done goofed.
Well, at least all my stuff will stay here.
Hey, at least we have doors, so we're good in that regard. Are you dead?
I am. Nope, I got him.
Okay.
You just picked
I'm
up all the loot, you jackhole.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. I don't care.
I apologize.
I'm not really here to min-max the game.
I shouldn't have hit them. I think they calm down eventually, but
Well, yeah, I guess we'll go somewhere else.
sorry.
Oh, whatever.
I'm such an idiot. I apologize. I just was like, hey, look, a thing to kill, and just killed it. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it.
Typical American.
It's right.
Yeah.
No, I really, I gotta like flesh out the idea, and I gotta come up with an idea that doesn't take huge amount of editing because my focus still is Twitch streaming.
Mhm.
I try to put out content for my YouTube as much as I can, but mostly it's stream related
Yeah.
stuff, and that's the real challenge is coming up with content that I can do that takes minimal editing. Like, even if I just do a stream of consciousness webcam style thing with a nifty like green screen background or whatever, and just talk for 5-10 minutes or whatever,
Yeah.
and just make short little videos, and then just cut out the lulls in talking and whatnot, then I think that can be a pretty zippy video that I can do pretty well. It's just hard, man. Coming up with concepts and ideas and stuff to talk about is so difficult.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
Do you do like brainstorming sessions? Like, how do you do it? Like, in terms of when you come up with like ideas for videos and things like that.
So with the whoa, jeez, I just blew up half our house.
Oh Jesus, what'd you, creeper?
Yeah.
Aw.
He was.
Womp womp.
I thought he was farther away. So I'm gonna be up here rebuilding stuff.
Okay.
So with the creative exploration series that I do, which is for those who are unfamiliar, it's basically just a series that it's released every Monday, where I talk about a various thing about creativity. And basically what I do. Oh, he blew up the door. I don't know how to make doors. Is it wood?
Yeah, it's wood in fill 2 of the columns all the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, you get 3 doors. What
Yeah, it
value?
gives you 3. Yeah.
So, what was I saying? So with the series, I basically have.
What series?
Oh, I was just. Tim was asking me just how people come up with content for like a vlog series or something similar, and I was talking about my creative exploration series where I talk about the creative process and just how things work. Sorry, I kind of blew up half the house over here.
What'd you do?
Welcome back,
dude,
Davis.
It's more what a creeper did than what I did.
Yeah, blame the creeper.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I basically have a Trello board that I have access to on like my phone or my computer or wherever. And if I just have an idea, I just write it down. Usually the ideas are 3-word phrases. Like 2 weeks ago it was selling out. Last week it was maybe selling out was last week. Either way, it's just talking about yourself or artist time
The fuck is
versus
this
money.
thing? I'm under attack. What is this? It's
Where
like a
are
little
you?
zombie child.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's a pygmy, a zombie pygmy.
Yeah, which aren't
Pygmy
creepy at
zombie.
all.
No, they're fast and they're horrible and they're scary. Where are you? I'm trying to save you. I don't know where you are.
I killed it. And then the zombie exploded. I'm over here cutting down trees to make more. I'm making you a what should I call it?
A grove?
A repository.
A tree
I wanna make
repository? I think that's
Chest.
just a
No,
grove.
chests.
Oh.
Yes.
Have you not seen my awesome like
Yes,
Chest
I
house.
have seen your awesome chest.
Yes. it was beautiful.
So, yeah.
Speaking of chests, I got something today. I got my first piece of Game Grazers merchandise.
I saw that
the
picture.
picture. Yeah, you got the shirt.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you selling those, or
Yes,
did you
I am.
just-
I am selling those
Where are they?
on Redbubble.
And how
Redbubble.
much do they run?
So Redbubble will, I think, sells them for around $25, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I get a small cut of
Yeah.
that.
A suggestion that you may want to investigate to do like a run if you have a lot of people interested. Look into Teespring.
I cannot do that because I have friends who work at a t-shirt printing company called Custom Ink.
Mm.
So if I wanted to actually, the reason I went through with Redbubble is I don't have to worry about production or anything. It's just they sell the shirts and they're made individually, and I'm just like, yay, I get money.
That's
You know.
fair.
I don't have to deal with like having a pile of shirts in my house. I don't have to deal with.
Oh, that's what
selling
that's
them.
what Teespring does. They
Oh,
they
okay.
work a little like Kickstarter, but for shirts.
Okay.
And you do your design, and then you set it up, and you set a threshold, and it kind of tells you what your profits will be per shirt and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you get a little cut. It's not much, but you can sell the shirts for like $15, and still make a little bit of money over top of it. And they do the drop shipping, they do the printing. You just create the design, put it up there, and pick the you can do hoodies and crap like that.
Gotcha.
So just throwing that out there as an option in case you want to do a specific a special edition shirt run or something.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing because it brings down the cost and
At least
if
the
you have-
upfront cost, yeah.
yeah, the upfront cost. Now you probably don't pull nearly as much as you would from Redbubble, and I'm not saying you're making huge profits off Redbubble, but
No. Making absolutely no profits with my 115 subscribers at the moment.
yeah,
The reason I did that was because I wanted my own shirt.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
No, I understand completely. I do not blame you in the least bit because that's how I did my first shirt for ICT was was that way. And then I did a run, and I got my my mom bought 2 shirts, and my aunt bought 2 shirts, and I bought a couple shirts, and the run went through, and so I got shirts. So I kind of conscripted my family into purchasing shirts. So yeah, I like Teespring. I've never used Redbubble, so I looked into it because you can do a lot of different merch with Redbubble, can't you? Like mouse
Yeah, you can
pads
do-
and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So I'll have to check out your Redbubble. Is there an easy URL to access it?
I don't know. I'm pretty new at it, and I've been trying to think of other things. I have a couple of we have some running jokes I wanted to add. One of the first games we played was Shovel Knight, and every time I said Icor, I had the Shovel King pop up from the bottom of the screen and say, "Did somebody say Icor?" Or if I use Icor, he'd go, "You're welcome." So I want to make a shirt that it has an illustration of the Shovel King that says, "Did somebody say Icor?"
That's awesome.
Or our other one is spoiler alert: Aerith dies.
That's awesome. Did you guys play FF7 at all, or?
We have not played it on our channel, and I doubt we will.
Oh,
we try to
that'll take
keep.
forever.
It would take forever. Because we just recently changed the way we release episodes to be we have one, what I call an anchor show, where its purpose is this is the game we're going to play for several weeks or months. And we're going to play it from beginning to end. This is what Shantae is for us right now.
Right.
And then we do what I call samplers, which are we play a game for maybe 2, maybe 4 at a max of 6 episodes. That way we can iterate through content faster and make things more interesting and engaging.
Right.
Because we had a period where we were doing 2 long forms, and it was nice at first because it let us kind of cut our teeth and get used to the idea. But then on I realized I went through an entire month of just having Meat Boy and Red Faction Armageddon after those things had already been running for 2 months. I'm not getting any views. This is boring as fuck. Cutting out Red Faction, finishing Meat Boy, and then we're moving into this new thing.
Hmm.
And,
I'd say
and
it's worked
how-
out pretty well for us. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good because that's the kind of thing that I end up doing is with my streaming. It frustrates my viewers a little bit, but I tend to jump games a lot. I call it my gamer ADD, but I think it's mainly just because I feel like the games start to drag sometimes. Like a lot of games have a lot of filler, and it's a real problem with games. And I get bored with filler really quickly. And so I ran into the same problem that you mentioned with Red Faction. There is, I would upload them and I'd get like a view or two. So
Excuse me.
bless you. So I started doing what's called the Let's Try series, where I do about like 30 minutes to an hour of a game,
On
just play
stream.
through it on stream, and then I upload it to YouTube as a almost like a Let's Play, but it's just a kind of like what you do. It's a little bite-sized chunk of
Yeah.
a game, and I can decide if I want to take it further, like if I really love it, or if it's not my cup of tea, I can just move on, and I don't feel like I've overcommitted or overextended myself to it.
Yeah.
I like that kind of idea, and that's kind of what I ended up doing too. I kind of came to the same conclusion: is that they drag if you try to do everything long form and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
my Twitch viewers, the first thing I say, I'm a variety streamer. That's what I do. I play tons of different games, and so I try to keep that view alive, and that annoys some of my viewers. But the few that have stuck around and kind of form my core audience, which I love them to death. You guys are awesome. They really do seem to appreciate seeing a lot of different games because I have a huge Steam library, like just
Yeah,
gargantuan Steam library.
And that's what I'm doing. Like, so I recently decided in order to keep my streams more interesting, that I started what I call the Steam Checklist Challenge, where the idea is to like play every game in my Steam library to some capacity.
Oh,
So
boy.
it means I can, yeah. So I so I actually like built a web page. I track everything, so that way I'm not like.
Yeah, I actually was.
Yeah.
That was one of the streams I was watching, and I really liked that idea. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah, so and as long as I'm playing the game, it doesn't matter if it's on Game Grazers Play or if it's on Quick Bites or if it's a live stream or I play it on my own spare time.
Just check
It'll
it
get
off.
marked. Just check it off the list.
Nice.
So I've been having fun with that. So I'm currently at 109 of 322 games. So I've got a long way to go. But and I also took the list. I called out anything in the Steam library that was like DLC, expansions, things that just kind of showed up as corrupt. And I tried to keep it just to the actual core games themselves.
Right.
So,
Well,
so yeah.
We're at about an hour
Oh, yeah, we are.
for this episode of the Mandatory Social Interaction Show. So Davis, appreciate you joining us. Do you wanna tell us where we can find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, and talk
Quite
real
yes.
slow so I can get back home.
Talk real slow. Okay.
I'm in the nether right
Hi. I'm Davis
now. That's good.
from the Game Grazers.
That's good. Keep going.
If you want to watch me and my co-host slowly chew our way through games, you can come watch us at youtube.com/GameGrazers or visit our website at GameGrazers.com.
Perfect. I'm home.
You can also
Oh,
You
damn
can
it.
speed up again.
you can
You get it also.
You can also we're also on Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're on Facebook. Any one of those is at /GameGrazers. Please, I'll beg and ask you to come check us out. But if you want to come, that's awesome. If you don't, that's also awesome.
Well, you definitely should.
I honestly cannot recommend you guys enough. I think you guys are
Yay!
fantastic, and I think anybody that's watching this, all of 5 people that do watch this on my channel.
There
But
are
if you
twos of
stumbled
us.
upon this,
Hello,
there's
Digital Drew. I
twos
know
of
you're
us.
out there.
But seriously, thank you so much for joining us. But everybody should check you out and follow
Check
you
me
on
out.
Twitter and subscribe on the YouTubes and all that stuff because you guys are fabulous.
yeah.
And,
Thank you.
Speaking of
we-
fabulous, look at this renovation we
I
got here.
know. Good
Yeah.
grief. Let's just take a moment to appreciate Davis's work. Your contributions are insanely appreciated because
So
we
if
are
you-
incompetent when it comes to interior decorating.
If you need a storehouse for your Minecraft world, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Game Grazers.
Yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
Well, I am wearing a Ghostbusters skin, so
You
I
need
should
to
send you-
modify that skin and change the red thing on your shoulder to green.
Mm.
So it's for like the Game Grazers. There you go.
oh, that'd be cool. No, I got this somewhere and I was like, okay, it's cool because I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. So I have my own proton pack. It's awesome.
Very
I think I
nice.
mentioned that earlier. I don't know. I can't remember.
not
that
on
was
not
Not
on
on
the show.
show,
So,
yeah.
Which
I'll
we
send
can
you a
talk
picture.
about next episode. 'Cause
Which
we're
we
about
can.
to switch over to that in a minute.
So yes,
But-
we can find Davis, or you can find Davis's stuff at the links below our
Yes, in
our
the
video
description,
description.
We will link it up.
All right, Tim, where can we find you?
One-on-on-on.
Well, you can find me at Insert Coin Theater on Twitch, ICT_podcast on Twitter, and you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/insertcointheater.com. That's Insert Coin Theater, DOTCOM. I also have a new website coming up, insertcointheater.com, the actual website. So that's pretty awesome. That should be done soon, and that'll have reviews and stuff that I've been writing because I got an early access code to Anarcute, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in the next episode, that is really, really cool. And unfortunately, I was sick, so I didn't get to do my first episode of Game Reviews Live, which was going to be, is it Wednesday? It was going to be tonight
It
anyway.
is
So it does work out. So yeah, so there's that. So I'll probably reschedule later and do that. Anyways, where can we find you, Ben?
Hi. I don't know why I always say hi. You can find me at Ben_Burns. That's BURNES on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon. I mostly do music stuff, but I have been doing game stuff more lately, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want to find me on YouTube, I upload music production and various game stuff. Twitch is generally just music production, and Twitter is just me shitposting for 24/7, basically. So yeah. Tim, we don't need that many torches.
All the torches.
You're fired.
All the torches.
I'm interior decorating. Leave me alone.
Oh my
I'm
god.
contributing. I'm helping.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna end this episode now.
But I'm making you more ovens.
More
We'll
ovens.
catch you guys next
There you go.
episode.
Yeah, you have 6.
All right, all right, guys, take care.